Right, we'll crack on. I might have to shout a little bit because I'm not sure how much the voice will pick up on there. So what we wanted to do this afternoon really quickly is outline exactly what you can expect on Friday. We've done a couple of practices. Some of these will be really basic drills to you, but I want to make sure that when you turn up Friday, you're absolutely crystal clear about what's expected of you. This list here is the skills in isolation, which we've discussed. So we're looking at passing, so you've got lateral spin pass, tackling, front on, side on, rucking, and that's including ball presentation as well. So it's not just how well you clear out, it's all the work you do on the floor, posting the ball back, not letting it spill out your hands, so making sure we're really accurate on the floor. And running with the ball. So if you get an opportunity to run at arms, get an offload, use some side step rather than just trying to bump someone, that's going to look a lot better. So those are our skills in isolation, and that's what these drills have been set up to show. After that, we then go into a match where you can then show that you can put it into play. I just highlighted one bit on here with the bit where you go into play, and that is, it says contributing to set plays, moves, penalties, restarts, etc., contributing to open play, ruck, maul, tackling, attack and defence. So it's about making the right choice when to go on the ball, making sure that if there's a ruck to be cleared, you just clear it rather than thinking about it. Okay, so all the things which make you good rugby players. So there shouldn't be anything in there that's too surprising. Go through the structure of the session first of all. So the first thing you'll do is you'll have your own warm-up and stretches, and then I'll call you over. Once we're in there, the assessor is then assessing you. Okay, they will know who you are because you'll have great big labels on you, but we'll also have one squad in our playing shirt that we've got here, and the others won't be in, and you'll need to know that obviously for when you go into the match. You've got the two squad lists in front of you. I've tried to make it as fair as I can in terms of matching year 10s and 11s, but also getting you to play as close into your position as possible. Okay, and I've spoken to individuals about that. So the structure, we're going to go into our normal 2v1s, 3v2s. So you'll be split into your two grids, and you'll be with your squad. Okay, doing that 2v1, 3v2. I won't be stood in the middle, feeding the ball, shouting 2-1, 3-1, 3-2. All I will do is stand back. The balls will be there, and you will just be doing continuous 2v1s, and then I'll say stop. Let's do 3v2s. Stop. Let's do some 1v1s. Okay. Any questions on that bit? Yeah.
Touch or tackling?
Just touch. Okay, good question. So that bit's just to have a look at your passing and a little bit of your running and your evasion skills. Okay. So you're in your two squads then. At that point, once you've had a little bit of a warm up and you're all, ready to go and ready to go, within your squad, so you've got the two squad lists, you'll then split into forwards and backs. So you just with people of a similar size. Well, so there'll then be 4 groups working. Do you understand what I mean by that? So each squad list splits into forwards and backs. Now you've got four teams working over 4 grids. Pad work, so just literally run into a pad, fall to the ground, present the ball, get your shoulders nice and warm, couple each, rotate the pad round. Okay, that's just to get you warm and ready for contact. We're then going to quite quickly move on to having a tackler and a pad man. So what we would do is we would have one tackler there in front of me, a couple of metres in front of me. I'd be stood behind with a pad. So they would tackle left shoulder, right shoulder, tackle and roll away. I'd stand straight over the top and just let myself get cleared out. Okay, so we're just looking at then a carrier, a tackler, and then one person to come in and just clear away. We won't worry about anyone sealing at that point. And then the next stage is to obviously go to the tackler with the fetcher or the jackler. So rather than me having that pad, there'll be a tackler there. I'd be stood live as soon as the player's gone down to the ground, or if they've got a leg drive, I may push them down to the ground, come off on top of the ball, and then hopefully I will get cleared out properly. Okay. Partly you're being assessed on your jackling skills, but predominantly I'm trying to show that you know how to clear out, you know how to ruck. You know that you need to win that shoulder battle, hit them hard, drive them away, pick a leg, get them on the floor if you can, or if they're in a strong position, whack, bear roll, crop roll, whatever you want to call it, get them off the ball as quick as you can. All right? So we need to be quite aggressive when we get to that stage, because it won't take that long, it won't last that long, but we need to be really efficient when we are at that point in the breakdown. And I will tell you that, and I'll give you those prompts. Okay? So at that point, we've got 4 groups working, tackler, fetcher, it's nice and live. Okay, so it should be quite aggressive at that point. Any questions? Okay. Then we're going to move on to this continuous rucking drill. Okay, so we'll have TF, which is tackler and fetcher, or tackler and jackler. So one just slightly staggered behind the other, so it's really clear who the tackler is and who the fetcher is. So again, in that scenario, tackler there, I'm just slightly behind. Then facing us should be 5 attackers. Okay, so one clear ball carrier, and I'm going to play as a scrum half, so I can hopefully organise you to make sure I know who's coming onto the ball, and I will call you. So Alfie, if it's your turn, I'll say, yeah, Alfie, come onto the ball. And then if Sam's just behind him, I'll be barking at you a little bit, saying, right, you're first man there, clear out. So we'll do 5 or 6, and then I will need to have a rest. Then we'll swap the tackler and the fetchers around and keep rotating around. Okay. So we feed the player, clear out. If it takes 2 to clear out, fine. Then the third person is going to seal over the ball. Okay. If the other 2 don't need to do anything, fine, they just stay out of the way and they wait for the next turn. Then I'd feed the next group. Hopefully, this group should be going back and back and back because we should be quite dominant in the collision. If you're tackling, you manage to get an offensive tackle, and you drive them back, and you drive them back here, and they clear out, these guys should have come back to realign, and these guys should be coming up to the back foot. Does that make sense? So it's just like a very small little game, a little bit like our zone rugby that we used to do. Okay, so 9 just feeding into different channels. Any questions on that? Okay, so it's just about making sure that you're sort of staying on side, if you're the tackler or the fetcher, and making sure we know who's carrying. Put your hand up and say, yeah, I'll carry, hit me up, sir. And then I know who to hit, and then the next guy's going to clear out. And that needs to be really aggressive, okay? Really aggressive. All that should take us 20 minutes, then we're going to go into a match. So we're back into those 2 squads again, which we started with, so the forwards and backs will combine. How the match is going to work, we will start, we can start from a restart. I think it's around about 10 aside, 10's rugby. If there's a knock on, I'll be looking to play as much advantage as I can. Okay?
Is that all kicking match as well?
Yeah, so at the moment, we're not really looking, your skills in isolation don't include kicking, they don't include catching off the high ball or anything like that. So I would expect you, unless you're right down in your own, 22, then sure you can kick and get a chase on it. But other than that, I would look to see you just playing. Okay? So about 10 minutes each way, and obviously I'll be refereeing that. So if there's a knock-on, I'll be looking to play advantage. If there's 2 knock-ons in a row, obviously we'll have to scrum. It's not going to be a live scrum because none of the players who are being assessed have asked to be assessed in the scrummaging position. Okay, so we'll literally fold in, 5 of you fold in, 9 put it in uncontested around, and it will go from 9 to 10, or the 9 could snipe if they want. Okay. Other rules apply. The ruck is completely live, and you will have to listen to me. Okay, I may get the interpretation wrong. Okay, if I do, just listen to me. Release if I'm telling you to release. I'll try and communicate that as best I can. All right. Lineouts will be uncontested. Literally just two. I think 4 forwards there, 4 forwards there. Chuck it in. We play. All right, a bit like 7s. We're not looking at line out, we're not looking at scrum, we are looking at ruck, we are looking at maul. So if someone carries quite high and you manage to get a good tackle and the next player's on the ball, I'm looking for you to do a choke tackle, hold them up. Tackler, I'm looking for you to get your knee on the floor to turn it from a maul to a scrum. You're all happy with that rule? So if I call maul, it's too late, but if you're in contact and you've gone high, try and fight to get to ground, present the ball. What I'm really looking for is efficient carrying, yeah, good quality tackling, and then a good competition at the breakdown. If we get that, all you've got to then do is just listen to me and listen to my interpretation. 10 minutes each way. I'll give you a little breather at half time. At half time, don't be surprised if I run off to the invigilator, because at that point he or she can turn around to me. It is a he actually. He can turn around to me and say, right, I'd really like to see this player with the ball more, and I might change some positions around accordingly. Okay. Because that is something that they can ask to do. They could ask to set up a certain scenario. They could say, actually, can we go back to those 2v1s? I want to see, I want to see Reece in this tackling position, for example. So they might be just looking through at your grades, saying, I haven't quite seen enough of this, that, or the other. Right. So if that happens, don't be thrown off by that. They can ask for stuff throughout the day as well. Then obviously the last 10 minutes, and then just a cool down, and that's the end of the session. So everything we're doing, you've done before. Yeah, there's nothing new to you, but I felt it was worth us doing this session so you know exactly what's going on. So you come out your warm up, okay, 2v1s in your two squads, 3v2s, then we're going some pad work, tackler, jackler, continuous ruck and drill, match, done. Alright? There's nothing there that's going to be different, plus it's me leading it and you're used to me doing your rugby sessions anyway. Alright? Any questions about the structure of the session?
What time do you want us there?
Straight away. So period 4, but you might have...
Leave 3 early or not?
Well, no, because you'll be probably some of you will be getting assessed anyway.
Yeah.
Everything will be set up. Mr. Leach is assisting me, so all the grids will be set up anyway. So it'll just be a case of you just coming, getting your head straight. You know, especially if you've just done something or you've been assessed earlier on in the day. You're in tracksuits all day, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're in tracksuits all day. So just turn up, plenty of time. And if this session, you know, you can see there's 20 minutes, it's 40 minutes total. So you've got enough time to have a decent warm up and a good cool down afterwards as well. Any other questions? Will? Sure? Right, you lot listening at home, if you've got any questions, then you need to come and find me, don't email me. You probably can't see all that on the board anyway, looking at the picture because it's quite small. So if you need me to explain any of those drills, come and find me and I'll tell you the answers. Peace.